Hey guys, Chris from Relics. We're out here in Savannah. We're at the Bonaventure Cemetery and just wanted to show you guys some stuff. This is one portion of the cemetery that is the American Legion section, and I'm going to turn around and show you guys. It's a hollow ground. This area has people that are buried from pre-World War I, World War I, World War II veterans. You even have some killed in action that are buried here. So definitely a very hollowed ground. I'll show you guys an interesting that I found. John R. Carter of Georgia, private in the 401st Glider Infantry of the 82nd Airborne Division. Date of birth, or I'm sorry, the date of death is February 2nd of 1945. I'm going to assume he was probably killed in action. Definitely very interesting to find these out here. Here's another couple of interesting ones. Another sergeant, both from Georgia, obviously. A first sergeant. These men are buried next to each other, and they both served in the Army during World War I and World War II. Another interesting monument in memory of all veterans of the United States of America missing in action in all wars. There's another interesting here with the veterans, just listed, unknown casket. Alright, got in the back section, have found a couple from Vietnam. This is Clarence Carlos Graham. He was a major in the U.S. Army during Vietnam. He was awarded the Silver Star and the Bronze Star for actions during Vietnam. Here we have a Marine grave. This is Roy Chastain, Corporal, United States Marine Corps, World War II. Received the Purple Heart, the Battle of Iwo Jima. We have Edward N. Myers, U.S. Army. He served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Doesn't give his rank, but it does say that he received the Bronze Star. Trying to get to where you can see it. This is Henry R. Jackson, Brigadier General, Jackson's Brigade, Cheatham's Corps, Tennessee Army, Confederate States Army, Confederate General. But this is his actual grave here. But it's just very interesting with the old monument. It says Henry Roots Jackson, gives his birth date and his death date, but just a very interesting monument. It's hard to read, but it's done by the Georgia Historical Society. Very interesting. Here in another section of the cemetery, just wanted to show you another interesting that I found. This is John M. Goodbold. He was a private, Company A, 1st Gas Regiment, World War I. He was killed in action September 28, 1918, the Argonne Forest in France. In another section of the cemetery, this is for the Spanish-American War veterans. This is United Spanish War Veterans. American flag. We'll go through and look at some of these. If you guys have watched some of my previous videos where the area I've been metal detecting, I have found Spanish-American War era where they were training prior to going to Cuba. So I definitely wanted to find this and document it. Still here in the area of the Spanish-American War veterans. If you go through and look at these, it's interesting. You got some from New York, South Carolina, of course Georgia, from Oklahoma, North Carolina. It's just very interesting, the different regions that these people come from, and I guess settled here in Savannah before they died. I'll show you an interesting one here. But the only one I've seen that's got a rank. This is Willis Burney Jr. He was a first sergeant with the 1st Georgia Infantry. There's one from the Connecticut Infantry. Thought this was interesting here too. This is the U.S. Volunteer Engineers. So just like the Teddy Roosevelt Rough Riders, he had a unit of volunteers. So a lot of people with the love of the country volunteered just to go fight this war. Here's an interesting memory for someone. It's David Scarlett Atkinson Jr. He was a 1st lieutenant, born in Savannah, Georgia, killed in action in the Philippines January 9th, 1945, and buried at sea. The family has this here for him. Another interesting grave just come across. Charles Cook, 1836 to 1904. He was a Confederate veteran of the Civil War. That's just a small portion of the cemetery. It's definitely an interesting place to come visit. Very historic here in Savannah. If you're in Savannah, I definitely recommend that you come check out the Bonaventure Cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries in Savannah. It's got graves from colonial times up till now. It is still an active cemetery, so people are still currently being buried. But definitely an awesome place to come visit and historic site. So thank you guys for watching.